Today, I'm bringing guys a brand new sports cards video. In today's video, we're bringing you guys the 5 best current investments under $10 that I believe have great chance to skyrocket in the near future. Now, before we get into that, I did want to say a little bit about our membership program because our membership program has been on fire recently. Before the season started and before DeMar DeRozan was ultimately traded, our membership program was recommended to buy DeMar DeRozan's 2009 Topps Chrome Refractors for around $250 ungraded in our June 14th weekly report. The most recent sale was for $9.91. There's been some a little bit higher since. So if you guys, would like to join in and make a profit with us, the link is down below to sportscardsinvest.com. Not soon later, on July 5th, we had recommended our members to buy DeMar DeRozan's Topps ungraded for under $12. Those are currently around $50 to $60. So these are one of our few investments, or one of our many investments that have done very well, in the past few months. We actually recommended our members to grade these, and the PSA 10's around $1,000. So a lot of our members had made a few thousand right there from a couple $100 investments. So if you guys would like to join in on the profit, make some money with our picks, click the link down below to sportscardsinvest.com and get yourself signed up for one of the many memberships we offer that have all been doing very well despite the market being a little bit softer recently. Now, without further ado, we're hopping right into this video. So the first card that I believe is a great investment right now for under $10 is Jordan Poole. Now, with Steph Curry likely out for the rest of the regular season, Poole is getting a lot more minutes and he's having some incredible breakout games, and I'm sure he will continue to. And I think he can really get on the map in terms of the whole NBA landscape. At this point, I think a lot of the buyers for Poole's rookie cards are mainly Warriors fans who understand how crucial he has been to the Warriors this year, especially with Klay Thompson out for most of the year. He has been incredible for the team, and he's just a young talent like not many others. I definitely believe his scoring ability is top tier in the NBA, and every time he gets an opportunity, he's putting up 25 to 30 points a game, and scoring with ease and incredible efficiency, which is very important for his long-term future. So I definitely believe this is a great short-term opportunity. With Steph Curry out for the next month or so, I definitely believe Poole is going to have some big 30-point games, maybe some big 40-point games that are definitely going to see some great short-term growth in his cards. So if you're one who wants to make a good quick flip right now, I definitely recommend buying Poole's cards. Of course, for this video's sake, I'm just recommending his Prism base. There's a million different cards you can go with that I all believe are great investments. I just don't want to show lower pop cards because then a lot of you viewers will be buying the same cards. But I definitely believe buying any of his lower pop cards are well worth it right now, and are going to serve, a great short-term and long-term purpose. But I definitely see this more of a short-term flip right now. But if you are willing to wait it out 5-6 years, that's going to be a huge payoff, in my opinion, because Poole's talent is showcased. Warriors fans know it, but I definitely think the league's going to really get their education very soon. Now, without further ado, we're going to hop right into the next pick, and this is a little bit different of a pick. I wanted to include it nonetheless because I believe it is, a very good investment, but that is 2010 Panini Celebrity Packs that contain Justin Bieber and Drake's rookie cards. Now, if you guys don't know, Drake recently got into the hobby, and his cards are going nuts. Now, however, a lot of these packs have not matched their growth yet. So despite the cards going up like crazy, the packs are still at the same price. So I believe these packs are going to follow suit very soon. These packs are what Drake's rookie card essentially is in these packs. So I definitely believe it's a great time to be buying these up. I think they're going to see some great short-term gain. But yeah, without further ado, we're going to hop right into our next pick, and that is Draymond Green. So this might be a little bit more than $10, but I wanted to include it because I believe it's a very good pick. Firstly, Draymond is an incredibly, very well-known and iconic player. He's a big part of the Warriors' identity, and he is certainly making his mark on the team this year. Draymond's cards are not getting much attention, surprisingly, but I believe that will change. Draymond will certainly have a chip on his shoulder as the Warriors are back to, in a sense, being the underdogs, and Draymond's always performed best, when his team has been the underdogs. And, I predict a big postseason from him. Given the Warriors' championship identity, with Klay back, with hopefully Steph back by the time the playoffs come, I truly believe the Warriors have a good chance to pull it off this year. If they can get everything together, I think they have a good shot. And, I think by some chance, if the Warriors do win it this year, I think they're going to be up there as one of the most iconic franchises in NBA history. If they can pull it off 3 years after they last pulled it off, just come right back to where they left off with Klay back. I think they're going to have an incredible long-term relevance. I think Draymond's going to be looked at very similarly to Dennis Rodman is looked at. And if you look at Dennis Rodman's cards, they are very expensive, and he's an icon. So I definitely think Draymond's definitely going to have some long-term great impacts on the game. I think he's going to be an analyst when he retires. He's going to be very involved in basketball forever. And on top of that, if they can pull off another championship, Draymond's definitely going to be up there, in terms of one of the most iconic players on one of the most iconic, dynasties in NBA history. So I definitely believe it's a great long-term opportunity and short-term opportunity if they can pull it off this year. But I recommend his Prism ungraded for around $30 to $40, depending on condition. Now, without further ado, we're hopping right into the next pick, and that's going to be Mikal Bridges. I recommend all of his cards. I'm just going to put Prism Rookie to make things simple and not have everyone going after one card. But yeah, Prism Rookie, I believe all of Mikal Bridges' cards are a very good buy. Bridges has a very strong impact on the Suns. Anybody who watches Suns games, I think, should know that. And with the Suns looking like one of the very strong contenders in the Western Conference yet again, I believe Mikal Bridges has the chance, to see his cards go up like they did last year in the bubble. Or not in the bubble, but last year versus the Bucks and throughout the whole playoffs. I think, his cards have a good chance to do the same thing again this year. I think as people watch the Suns playoff games, as they continue to, win series, I definitely think Bridges is going to get his recognition, and he has a little bit higher of a role right now because Chris Paul, is out for the foreseeable future for the next few weeks at least. So I think that's going to really cause Bridges, his role to continue to stay high, and see some great short-term gains in his cards. Now, without further ado, we're hopping right into the next pick, and that is Josh Hart. I know this is a little bit more of an underground pick. It's a little bit more risky, I will not lie. I think there's a little bit more risk with holding a guy like Josh Hart. But I think this is a very good short-term play and long-term play. He's finally getting his opportunities, to shine with the Blazers, especially with Dame out and with CJ McCollum traded. I think Josh Hart's it's kind of Josh Hart's team at this point, at least for the foreseeable future. And if Damian Lillard does end up getting traded, I think Josh Hart's going to have a big role on this Blazers team. So I think he's going to have some great numbers. I don't think they're going to win quite yet, but I think his numbers are going to be enough to propel his cards forward just because of how cheap they are currently. I think you're getting in with hardly any risk. I think there are going to be some buyers in Josh Hart's future. So I definitely think a lot of investors are going to look at him as he puts up more 30-point games. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you would like to join in on the program, the link is down below to sportscardsinvest.com. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'm out. Peace.